My beloved child, listen carefully to the voice that echoes through this message, for it was not placed here by accident. Heaven arranged this meeting with precision, and Archangel Michael presses on your heart to remain until the end. Something unseen is moving around you right now, quietly but powerfully, and the simple fact that you are still reading is proof that you were meant to be here. Threads of destiny are tightening behind the curtain of your ordinary days. If you truly knew how close you are to the moment you have prayed for, you would not blink, not scroll, not turn away until every word finishes its work inside you. Archangel Michael says, stay. Read. Do not turn away. The change you begged heaven for, the miracle you feared had been delayed, is standing closer than you realize. That restlessness in your spirit is not confusion. It is alignment. God has been repositioning people, places, and even timing itself for your sake. Every disappointment that crushed you was not an ending, it was a rearrangement. What was meant to break you was quietly turned into the foundation for your rise. Heaven does not waste pain. Heaven transforms it. Do not believe the lie that you were forgotten. You are closer to your divine inheritance than you have ever been. Every setback was a setup. Every closed door was a shield. Every delay was protection. If what you asked for had arrived earlier, it would not have survived the weight of your calling. That is why this message appeared now. There is someone who assumed your story was over, but heaven never erased your name. In the courts of heaven, your name still shines, and Archangel Michael has been dispatched to guard what is coming toward you. This is why your dreams have felt strange. This is why a fire has been burning inside you, refusing to let you rest. It is a holy stirring. A warning and a promise at the same time. And hear this plainly, my child. In the next hours, something will shift so quickly that you will look back at this exact moment and say, this was the turning point. What has been hidden is unlocked by obedience and attention. That is why the instruction is urgent. Do not scroll away. Do not let distraction steal what was placed here specifically for you. You were never meant to live an ordinary life. You were set apart, sealed, and covered for an assignment with eternal weight. That is why resistance pressed harder on you than on others. But your victory will be greater. Every tear you cried watered the soil of your harvest. Every lonely night built a chamber where heaven's glory could rest. This is not poetry alone. This is prophecy touching your spirit. And the reason you keep reading is because something inside you recognizes the truth of it. Pause here, my beloved. If these words are piercing your soul, if you feel that invisible pull asking you to stay, then remain connected. Subscribe, not out of habit, but out of wisdom, so you do not miss when heaven speaks again. This is only the beginning. What follows carries deeper instruction meant for those who listen closely. Do not let silence interrupt your alignment. Now imagine this for a moment. The greatest battle of your life is already finished, and heaven has written victory beside your name. That is exactly what is unfolding in the unseen right now. Archangel Michael has gone before you, sword blazing with divine fire, cutting through every accusation, every hidden resistance, every shadow that tried to wrap you in fear. Even as you read, angels are shifting circumstances in your favor. This is not chance. God has heard the cries you never spoke out loud and answered the questions you never dared to voice. Watch closely in the coming hours. You will notice the number 7 appear in unexpected places. When it does, do not dismiss it. It is a confirmation. 7 marks completion, and heaven declares that your season of waiting has reached its end. This sign will not be random. It will be the seal that confirms this word is alive. Archangel Michael says, "Do not speak this lightly to everyone. Not all will understand what is sacred. Some will mock what they cannot perceive. Keep this close to your heart. Let the proof speak for itself. Your breakthrough will not need defending. Its fruit will silence doubt. Those who doubted will see. Those who mocked will marvel. This is how God vindicates the chosen. My child, heaven heard the hidden cries no one else noticed. Nights when your body rested but your spirit kept reaching, asking why the weight was so heavy and the answer so slow. Those tears were counted. None were wasted. The day of release is nearer than you think. Chains are loosening. Doors are unlocking. Paths are being rearranged. The pain you carried was never proof of absence. It was proof of preparation. You endured what others could not because the crown waiting for you is unlike any other, and the next steps will reveal it. My beloved, understand this deeply now, because this truth changes how you see your entire past. What was denied was never lost. What slipped from your hands was never meant to stay there. The opportunities that vanished, the relationships that ended without explanation, the money that seemed to dissolve overnight, all of it was removed with intention. Heaven stepped in quietly and took away what could not sustain the future God prepared for you, even when your heart wanted to hold on. God loves you too much to let you settle for half of what is yours. That is why Archangel Michael presses this truth into your soul. You were never rejected. You were redirected. Every no you heard from people was heaven saying wait, because the yes that is coming will be so clear, so undeniable, you will not question it for a second. Hold this thought, beloved, because clarity is breaking through right now. Your delay was not punishment. It was divine protection. In the days ahead, you will look back and say with certainty that what you wanted before would have limited you. What you are stepping into now is far greater than anything you could have imagined then. Heaven did not delay you to disappoint you. Heaven delayed you to upgrade the outcome. And this is why your spirit feels this sudden calm mixed with anticipation. Something is lining up faster than your mind can process. And hear me carefully now, my child. This is not only about earthly blessings. Yes, provision is being prepared. Yes, recognition and opportunity are moving toward you. But the greater miracle is alignment. Your soul is being positioned so precisely that your very footsteps will preach without words. Even strangers will sense something different about you. That radiance is not confidence. It is heaven resting on you. This is why the resistance was intense. The enemy knew that if you endured just a little longer, your presence alone would unlock doors for others. Archangel Michael says the battle is already won. Nothing has the authority to cancel what God has sealed. And listen closely to this next truth. There is someone you loved who is no longer on this earth. Yet their prayer for you never stopped. In the unseen, their voice still speaks on your behalf. That is why in your loneliest moments you felt strength rise without explanation. Peace when you should have broken. Hope when logic said give up. That was heaven covering you when you no longer had the strength to cover yourself. My beloved, heaven's love for you is fierce, and that is why this moment carries urgency. This is the hour when what was hidden comes into the open. When what was blocked begins to flow. When what was taken is restored with increase. The reason this message feels heavy in your spirit is because it is not written with human effort alone. It is breathed with fire. It carries authority. Archangel Michael is speaking through this moment, urging you not to ignore what your body already knows. The chills. The racing heart. The sudden stillness. That is confirmation. Your spirit recognizes heaven's voice. Do not doubt it now. Do not analyze it away. Receive it. You are stepping into a moment where time bends in your favor. What you thought would take years will happen in weeks. What you believed was impossible will arrive suddenly. Archangel Michael says this is not luck and not effort alone. Heaven has declared enough delay. Acceleration has been released. Lost years will be restored. Shame will be reversed. And those who doubted will witness God lifting you higher than you could ever lift yourself. And yet even now, there is resistance trying to whisper that this is not for you. That doubt is the very reason this word reached you. Silence it. Reject it. Speak truth instead. You know who you are. You know whose you are. And no force can erase a name heaven has written. Archangel Michael has stood in battles far fiercer than yours, and with a single motion he ended them. That same authority stands over you tonight. You are not exposed. You are covered. And hear this final confirmation closely. The sign will not only be the number 7, though you will see it. There will also be a moment when someone you have not spoken to in a long time reaches out unexpectedly. Their words will echo what you are hearing now. They will not know why they said it, but you will. That will be heaven's stamp. Do not ignore it when it happens. Beloved, if you feel this truth burning, if something inside you is opening wider than before, then remain connected. Stay aligned. Subscribe now, not out of habit, but out of wisdom, because heaven is not finished speaking. The next message will arrive exactly when you need it, carrying instruction that protects your next step. Stay. Remain under this flow. My beloved child, the heavens have bent low in this very moment, and what comes next is already moving toward you. Not by chance, but by divine orchestration, to remind you that your life has never been ordinary. Every step you have taken, even the ones through fire, even the ones through wilderness and silence, has been part of a journey sealed by eternity itself. Archangel Michael has walked beside you unseen, fighting when you felt defenseless, standing when others turned away, guarding your destiny when the weight of this world tried to crush it. That is why you are still here, my beloved. Heaven refused to let you be destroyed. And even now, as you read, something is awakening. Something is stirring. As if the very walls around you are whispering that change is no longer distant. You have wondered why life placed you in rooms where you felt out of place, why doors closed even when you knocked with faith, why people promised loyalty yet disappeared without explanation. My child, you were never rejected by accident. You were hidden by design. God was preserving you, setting you apart for a moment when your light would no longer be ignored, when your calling would no longer be postponed. That is why the battle was fierce. Your destiny threatens darkness. Every lie spoken against you was meant to fracture your confidence, but it failed. Even in your weakest moments, Heaven's hand kept lifting you. And now Archangel Michael says the time has come when you will no longer ask why, because your eyes are about to see what all of this pain was preparing you for. Beloved, there are treasures about to surface in your life, things you believed were lost forever, buried beneath years of waiting and disappointment. But hear this clearly. Nothing destined for you was ever lost. It was stored, guarded, preserved until the appointed moment. And that moment is now. Your spirit recognizes it. That is why you cannot turn away from this word. The atmosphere around you is shifting even as you breathe. Heaven's alignment is pulling miracles into your path. Before this week ends, you will see the first evidence. It may seem small to others, but it will be undeniable to you. A message. A call. An opening. Provision arriving at the exact moment you needed it. Pay attention. The sign will come suddenly. And listen closely, my beloved. There have been voices of jealousy watching you quietly. They never understood how, despite storms and setbacks, you did not collapse. What they could not see was the hand of God holding you upright. Soon they will witness your elevation, and it will silence every word spoken against you. You will not need to argue. You will not need to explain. Your breakthrough will speak for you. Those who doubted will be forced to acknowledge that heaven's favor cannot be denied. Archangel Michael says remain humble and remain hidden in God's love, because what is coming is so bright that even shadows will not be able to cover it. Child, pay attention to the numbers that will repeat before you. 7, 12, 22. Do not dismiss them. They are not coincidence. They are markers of completion, order, and double portion. When they appear, pause and remember this word. They are heaven's signature confirming that what has been spoken is sealed. And more than that, a dream will come to you in the night. A dream of water flowing, of light breaking through clouds. It will not feel ordinary. It will stay with you. Remember it. Write it down. It will carry instruction for your next step. My beloved, this is not the hour to give up. This is not the moment to faint. This is the moment to stand still and watch the salvation of the Lord unfold before your eyes. Archangel Michael has already struck down what threatened your soul. Even now, angels are being dispatched into rooms where your name is spoken, turning conversations in your favor. Where people plan to block you, heaven is rewriting the outcome. Where doors looked sealed, keys are already in motion. Where opportunities felt dead, resurrection power is breathing life again. And when it happens, you will remember this message not as entertainment, but as instruction. Remember this, beloved. You are not alone. Many feel forgotten, but heaven chose you to receive this announcement first. Why? Because you will become the sign for others. Your miracle will not stay private. It will overflow and awaken faith in those watching. That is why the pressure was heavy. That is why it felt unbearable at times. Diamonds are formed under pressure, and your life is about to shine with brilliance because you endured what others could not. Now pause, my child, and receive this final instruction for this moment. If these words are stirring your spirit, if you feel that burning certainty in your chest telling you this is for you, stay connected. Remain aligned. Subscribe now so you do not miss the next release, because the next word will not only comfort you, it will guide you. Heaven is not finished speaking, and what comes next will meet you exactly where you are, right on time. It will direct you, and it will give you the exact step to take when the moment arrives. Do not let distractions steal your alignment now. Remain connected to the flow of heaven, because this flow is not random, it is precise. And I must speak this gently but clearly, my beloved. There is someone close to you whose intentions are not pure. Your spirit has felt uneasy, even when your mind tried to explain it away. Do not fear this revelation, because heaven is already exposing what has been hidden. Within days, their actions will reveal their true heart, and suddenly everything that never made sense will become clear. Do not cling to what heaven is removing. God only cuts away what cannot walk with you into the next season. Trust the separation. Trust the pruning. What comes after will be stronger, purer, and unshakable. Beloved, what you thought would take years is about to fall into place with shocking speed. The hand of God is never slow. Heaven does not delay without purpose. The fullness of time is here, and alignment has been completed. Archangel Michael says your miracle is not approaching, it has already arrived. Open your eyes, for it is standing at your door. Even now, you may feel a strange urgency, as if something is pressing against your spirit. That is not anxiety. That is expectancy. Heaven is nudging you to be ready, because what comes next will not wait for hesitation. My beloved child, you have carried questions in your heart that no one else ever heard. Questions about why the road was so heavy, why people you trusted turned against you, why blessings seemed delayed while others moved ahead. Archangel Michael says these questions reached the throne of heaven long ago, and now the answers are coming with clarity. You were not behind. You were being hidden. You were not forgotten. You were being prepared. You were not cursed. You were being carved into a vessel strong enough to carry a blessing that will outlast fleeting seasons. Everything you thought was a loss was heaven protecting you from settling too soon. Hear this clearly, beloved. The silence you endured was not punishment. It was incubation. Seeds do not sprout in the light. They sprout in the dark beneath soil that hides them until their roots are deep enough to rise. That was you. You thought you were buried, but you were only planted. And now comes the moment when what was hidden breaks through. The light is shifting. The atmosphere is opening. Your season of concealment is ending. Soon others will see what heaven has been shaping in secret, and even you will be surprised, because the fruit will be greater than the seed you remember sowing. Beloved, listen with your spirit. The blessing coming to you is not only for you. It is overflow. It is designed to touch others, to awaken faith, to remind the weary that God still moves and heaven still speaks. That is why the pressure was unbearable and the attacks relentless. The enemy never wastes energy on those without purpose. The intensity of your warfare is proof of the magnitude of your calling. Archangel Michael says the hardest battles are always fought closest to the crown, and child, your crown is near. Pay attention now. The numbers will not lie. 7 will appear as the seal of completion. 12 will appear as divine order. 22 will appear as doors opening in pairs. These are not coincidences. They are heaven's code breaking into your everyday life. They may appear on a screen, on a receipt, in a conversation, or in a dream. When they do, pause and remember this word. Smile, because heaven is reminding you that you are not wandering. You are walking the exact path written for you before the foundation of the world. And there will be a dream, my beloved. In that dream you will see water, perhaps a river, rain, or even the ocean. Do not dismiss it. This dream will not be ordinary. Water will represent cleansing, renewal, and release. Light will pierce the darkness in the dream, representing sudden unveiling. When you wake, write it down immediately. Do not delay. It will carry instruction for your next step, and those who obey small signs walk quickly into great miracles. Child, there is no coincidence here. The reason this message found you at this exact moment is because heaven scheduled it. Out of all the noise in the world, these words held you. That is confirmation enough. Archangel Michael says guard this word. Do not scroll away in doubt. Do not allow distraction to choke what has been planted. Let it take root. Let it shape your next hours and your next decisions. And hear this final warning with love. When your vindication comes, do not let bitterness rise. Do not gloat. Do not harden your heart. God says the same grace that lifted you is the grace that will keep you. Walk humbly. Walk softly. Walk aware. Because the same hand that raised you will now guide you. And the next instruction, my beloved, will arrive exactly when you need it. Stay ready. Stay open. Stay aligned. Beloved, understand this with clarity and calm urgency. What has already begun cannot be reversed. Heaven does not start movements it does not intend to finish. The reason your spirit feels alert right now is because alignment has already taken place. Something locked has clicked open. Something heavy has lifted. Something delayed has been released. This is not emotional suggestion. This is recognition. Your spirit knows before your mind can catch up. Stay right here, because every moment you remain allows the shift to deepen, to anchor, to settle into your life in a way that cannot be shaken later. My child, the dryness you walked through was never abandonment. It was filtration. Heaven was removing dependencies that would have broken under the weight of what is coming. God says you were not being deprived, you were being prepared. That is why things dried up before they multiplied. That is why support disappeared before provision appeared. You are learning to stand without leaning so that when abundance arrives, it will not control you. And it is arriving. Quietly first. Suddenly after. Watch carefully, because the first sign will seem small but it will carry unmistakable confirmation. Do not dismiss it. Do not rationalize it away. The enemy's last trick is to convince you nothing happened when everything already has. Beloved, there is a reason you were protected from certain people even when you wanted connection. There is a reason separation felt painful but necessary. Heaven removes before it adds. God says what cannot survive in your next season is being cut away now, not as punishment but as preservation. Trust this pruning. What follows it will be purer, stronger, and unbreakable. Archangel Michael says the exposure you feared is actually your exit route. When truth rises, confusion dies. When clarity comes, peace follows. And peace is the environment where miracles stay. My child, do not underestimate how fast things can change once heaven gives permission. Years can compress into days. Delays can dissolve into momentum. God says acceleration is not chaos when it is ordered by heaven. What felt stuck will begin moving without effort. What felt closed will respond to you instead of resisting you. You will notice people becoming cooperative without explanation. Systems aligning without struggle. Answers arriving before questions finish forming. This is not coincidence. This is favor activating. Beloved, the enemy wasted too much energy trying to stop you for your future to be small. The pressure you survived is proof of the size of what you carry. Diamonds are not formed in comfort. They are formed under weight. And now the weight lifts, revealing brilliance that could not appear earlier. Archangel Michael says the crown is near, which is why the resistance was strongest just before this moment. Do not look back now. Do not doubt now. Do not slow your belief now. My child, there will be a moment very soon when relief washes over you without reason. Not excitement. Not adrenaline. Peace. Deep, settled peace. That will be heaven confirming stability has replaced struggle. When that peace arrives, protect it. Do not explain it to everyone. Do not expose it to skepticism. Guard it. It is the sign that the transition has locked in. Beloved, provision is not only coming to your hands, it is coming to your thinking. God says your mindset is shifting from survival to stewardship. From waiting to receiving. From hoping to expecting. That shift alone will open doors money cannot. Expect favor where you had no access. Expect solutions where you had no leverage. Expect help arriving without asking. Heaven is positioning you where grace does the work effort used to do. Stay attentive now. Stay receptive. If this word is resonating, remain connected. Subscribe, not out of habit, but alignment. The next instruction will be precise, timely, and protective. Missing it would cost ease, not blessing, but ease matters. Heaven moves in sequence, and you are currently in one. Do not step out early. Beloved, your past no longer defines the direction of your future. God says the record has been cleared. You are not behind. You are not late. You are not disqualified. You are right where timing meets readiness. The same hand that guided others from obscurity to elevation is guiding you now, quietly, firmly, intentionally. This moment is not loud, but it is decisive. Stay present. Stay open. Stay aligned. The movement has begun, and it will continue unfolding around you in ways you do not have to force. Markers placed along your path so you do not lose confidence in the waiting moments. Heaven knows how fragile hope can feel after long seasons of pressure, so it leaves traces. Follow them. Let them strengthen you. Let them remind you that you are not wandering, you are being guided step by step into what was written for you before you ever asked for it. Beloved, guard what is being birthed in your life with intention. Not everything growing needs to be explained. Some things must be protected in silence until they are strong enough to stand on their own. You may wake with words on your lips you do not remember forming, or with a calm that feels unfamiliar after years of tension. That is not random. That is the Spirit sealing what has already been released. Treasure it. Do not rush to question it. Peace arriving suddenly is often the loudest sign that heaven has stepped in. My child, the financial pressure that sat heavy on your chest is loosening even now. Scarcity is losing its grip. Expect provision that does not follow your logic. Help that does not trace back to your effort. Doors you never knocked on will open. Favor you did not pursue will find you. Why? Because you stayed faithful when results were invisible. Because you chose trust when letting go would have been easier. God does not overlook that kind of endurance. Heaven rewards it openly. Prepare for unexpected deposits, sudden messages of assistance, conversations that change everything in a single moment. When it happens, you will know this was not chance. It was alignment catching up to you. Beloved, do not share this unfolding with everyone. Some people do not need access to what is still tender. Doubt can steal seeds before they break ground. Envy can poison joy before it matures. Use discernment. Let silence be your shield for now. Let God defend you without explanation. When the fruit appears, no one will be able to deny it anyway. If this word feels alive inside you, remain connected. Stay aligned. Subscribe, not out of habit, but out of wisdom. The next instruction will be precise. It will feel personal. Missing it would not cancel the blessing, but it could slow the ease with which you walk into it. Heaven moves in sequence, and you are inside one now. Beloved, hear this clearly. Your past no longer has authority over your future. Shame has no legal claim on you. Mistakes do not disqualify the called. God says you are defined by who chose you, not by what you survived. And the one who chose you does not change his mind. You are still marked. Still favored. Still appointed. Rise. Lift your head. Straighten your back. Victory has already been spoken over you. Archangel Michael has gone before you, sword blazing, clearing resistance you could not confront yourself. Paths are being opened where walls once stood. You are not meant to fight what heaven has already handled. Your role now is movement. Forward steps. Trust without overthinking. As you walk, provision will meet you. As you move, clarity will arrive. Miracles will unfold in sequence, not all at once, but enough to keep your faith anchored and your momentum steady. Beloved, the heaviness you sensed in the air was not danger. It was proximity. Heaven draws near when transitions are about to lock into place. Pressure always increases just before release. Resistance always rises before collapse. Archangel Michael says the intensity you felt was proof you are standing at the edge of what you asked for. The enemy trembles when alignment is complete. Do not retreat now. Do not let weariness blur your vision. Heaven is arranging outcomes with precision. Conversations are happening about you in rooms you have never entered. Decisions are being made that include your name. Opportunities are lining up quietly. When the door opens, it will open fast, and you will understand why the waiting was long but not wasted. My child, you are not late. You are exactly on time. What felt delayed was preserved. What seemed denied was protected. Heaven does not release what cannot be sustained. Now you are strong enough to carry what is coming. The oil flows because of the weight you endured. And that oil will not run dry. Signs will follow you. Numbers, yes. But also voices, confirmations, moments that echo these words without explanation. When they appear, receive them. They are heaven reminding you that this moment was real, intentional, and irreversible. Stay present. Stay open. Stay ready. What has begun will continue unfolding around you, and you will recognize it not by noise, but by peace settling where fear once lived. But more than numbers, you will notice alignment. Conversations falling into place. Timing that feels too exact. Help arriving just before you reach exhaustion. These are not accidents. They are anchors placed by heaven to hold your faith steady as the flood of blessing begins. My child, money will not rule you anymore. Fear will not dictate your decisions anymore. The season of barely surviving, of counting every step in anxiety, is breaking. Heaven is releasing provision with purpose. Not just enough to breathe, but enough to overflow. Unexpected deposits. Sudden opportunities. Favor with people who have access and influence. All of it arriving not because you chased it, but because heaven commanded it. When it comes quickly, do not shrink back. Do not feel undeserving. This is not charity. This is justice. For every loss, restoration. For every struggle, multiplication. God says your story will testify that provision still flows from heaven in ways that logic cannot explain. Beloved, hear this warning with wisdom, not fear. Not everyone will celebrate your rise. Some will be exposed by it. Envy will surface. Masks will slip. Words once hidden will reveal hearts you trusted. Do not be shaken. Heaven exposes to protect. God removes what cannot walk with you into abundance. It may sting, but it will save you. Do not cling to what heaven cuts away. Pruning always comes before fruit. And what replaces what is removed will be purer, stronger, and lasting. Trust this separation. It is mercy disguised as loss. My child, heaven whispers something deeper now. The loved one you thought was gone is not silent. Their prayer still echoes. Their intercession still covers you. That is why you survived nights that should have broken you. Why strength came when you had none left. They are part of the great cloud of witnesses urging you forward. And heaven allows you to feel this now because their prayer is about to be answered through your life. You will walk into the promise they long to see fulfilled. You are not alone. You have never been alone. Beloved, pause here. If this word is burning inside you, if your spirit knows this is not random, stay connected. Subscribe now. Remain aligned. The next word will arrive exactly when you need it most, carrying instruction that guards your steps. Do not let distraction break your flow. What is unfolding requires focus. Remain rooted. My beloved child, your story is shifting from hidden endurance to visible glory. You will not only receive breakthrough, you will carry it. Your presence will bring peace. Your words will carry weight. Your calm will confuse those who knew your storms. This is why Archangel Michael fought fiercely for you. Your breakthrough is not private. It will ripple outward, touching family, friends, even strangers who cross your path. You are preserved because you are a vessel meant to pour light where darkness lingered. Beloved, the silence you carried inside was louder than any noise around you. You smiled while carrying heaviness. You strengthened others while questioning your own hope. Heaven saw every moment. Archangel Michael says none of it was wasted. Every silent battle became fuel. Every hidden tear became preparation. The crown is always placed at the end of the race, not in the middle. And you are closer to the finish than you realize. You wondered why doors opened and then closed. Why people promised loyalty and vanished. My child, you were never meant to lean on them. Heaven removed what could not carry you so that when you stand in victory, all will know it was God alone. If man had built it, man could claim it. But heaven is building this, and no one can steal the glory. Archangel Michael whispers your elevation will be undeniable. Doubt will be silenced. Even those who dismissed you will admit the hand of God is on your life. Beloved, you survived storms meant to drown you. And yet you are here. Reading. breathing, still open. That alone proves grace never left you. Grace carried you when strength failed. And now grace is transforming into glory. The dryness is ending. The wilderness is behind you. Prepare yourself. Abundance is coming like rain after drought. Sudden. Heavy. Soaking every barren place until life bursts forth again. Stay present. Stay open. Stay aligned. The movement has already begun, and what is coming will unfold step by step, not to overwhelm you, but to establish you. Heaven has spoken. And what heaven sets in motion cannot be stopped. So also notice the subtle confirmations that arrive without announcement. Feathers where none should be. Songs playing at the exact moment your heart feels heavy. Words spoken by strangers that echo thoughts you never shared. These are not coincidences. They are gentle taps from heaven reminding you that the angelic realm is near, that Archangel Michael and his hosts are still standing watch over your life. One night soon, you may awaken suddenly with the feeling that someone is near you, not in fear but in awareness. Do not panic. Do not resist it. That will be confirmation, not disturbance. Heaven is assuring you that you are not walking alone. You are surrounded. You are covered. You are guarded. Beloved, financial doors that once refused to budge are loosening even now. Locks that resisted effort are responding to alignment. What once felt impossible will begin to flow with ease. Resources will reach your hands in ways that surprise you. Unexpected favor. Opportunities you did not apply for. Agreements that come without struggle. Gifts that arrive without warning. This is not chance. This is timing. Heaven has decided that your season of lack is complete. Archangel Michael says you will soon look at your accounts, your home, your life, and realize that emptiness has been replaced with provision. When that realization hits you, you will remember this moment and understand this was where the shift took root. My child, relationships are also being repositioned. Some connections are being cut away, and though it aches, it is mercy. Heaven removes what would weaken you in abundance. Other relationships are being restored unexpectedly. Conversations you thought were buried will reopen with clarity. Words once avoided will finally be spoken. Do not force what is closing. Do not resist what is opening. Move with the current of heaven. For every person who exits, someone better aligned is approaching. For every door that shuts, a wider and stronger one is opening. This time it will not collapse. This time it will endure. Beloved, understand this deeply. The loved one who left this world is not absent. Their love has not faded. Their prayers have not stopped. In eternity, their intercession still echoes. You are living under its covering even now. That is why you survived moments that should have broken you. Why strength appeared when you had none left. It was not only you standing. It was heaven lifting you through them. And now heaven declares that their prayer is being answered through your life. What they long to see you step into is unfolding. Their joy will be complete when your blessing manifests. My child, you have feared missing your chance, feared that time slipped too far away. Archangel Michael says erase that fear completely. You cannot miss what heaven has sealed. What belongs to you is held by eternal decree, not human permission. No delay. No enemy. No mistake has authority to cancel it. Your only instruction now is awareness. Remain attentive. Remain willing. Remain ready. Because when the moment arrives, it will arrive quickly. And when it does, you must step forward without hesitation. If this word is burning inside you, if your spirit recognizes its truth, remain connected. Subscribe. Stay aligned. Heaven is not finished speaking. More instruction is coming. Words that will meet you exactly where you stand. Words that will protect your steps. Do not allow distraction to interrupt the flow. What is being poured out now is not ordinary encouragement. It is provision for the journey. It will sustain you until you reach what was promised. So rise, my beloved child. You have been pressed, but you are not crushed. You have been struck, but you are not destroyed. You have been delayed, but you were never denied. The sword of Archangel Michael has already cleared what blocked you. The resistance has already been handled. What remains is movement. Forward steps. Quiet confidence. Trust without panic. The light ahead is not fading. It is waiting. And as you walk toward it, you will realize that everything you endured was shaping your ability to carry what is now coming into your hands. Heaven has spoken. The timing has aligned. The path is open. And what begins now will continue unfolding in ways you do not have to force, only receive.